Hello everyone, welcome to VMware Arena YouTube channel. So in this video we're going to see how we can install iSCSI service on Windows Server, and we can make use of that iSCSI storage which we created from the Windows Server, and we can create the data store, iSCSI based data store on ESXi host. So shared storage is important requirement to make use of many of the vSphere features such as VMware vMotion, VMware DRS, and VMware HA, and others, and some of the other features. So in this video, I will explain how to make use of Windows Server and create a shared data store on this video tutorial. Let's get started. Okay, so I have a Windows Server 2019 which is installed inside my virtual machine. So the server name is MDWin01. So let's take the IP configuration of this server. So it is 192.168.0.241. Okay, so let's get started. So to install the iSCSI service on the Windows Server, open up your server manager, click on add roles, click next. So select role based and feature based installation, select the local server, click next. So in this, expand the file and storage services feature set which is added. Click add features. So now we have selected iSCSI target server. Click on next. So we don't need to select any of the features here. So I'm not going to select any of the features here. Click next. So iSCSI services and iSCSI target server feature will be installed here. So we can select the check mark restart if like the server need a reboot, it can automatically reboot. So click install. It will start the feature installation of installing iSCSI target server on the Windows Server. So it takes a few minutes to complete the installation. I just move forward it. Click on close. So it don't need a restart. So let's validate the iSCSI services are installed here. Expand in the server manager, expand the file and storage services under the iSCSI. Yes, now it is available. Now we have an option to create the iSCSI virtual disk and iSCSI shares, targets, and virtual disk. So let's create one. So in the iSCSI virtual disk select, location, select the server name and select the drive where you want to allocate it for the virtual disk. Click on next. We can also specify the custom path as well. So I'm not selecting the custom path here. iSCSI -01. Let's take this name iSCSI-01. Specify. So my E drive is having 500 GB. We can specify what is the size you want to allocate it for this iSCSI virtual disk. So this size you are going to see it in your data store as well. So I'm allocating 300 GB. There are three different options like fixed size, dynamically expanding. Based upon the utilization, it will consume from the your E drive or D drive wherever be selected. I'm not going to take the fixed size because it will at the beginning only it start consuming. So this is new iSCSI target. So I don't have an existing one. So select new iSCSI target. Specify the target name and access. So specify the iSCSI target name. So it will be MDESXi host. Click on next. So we have to add the iSCSI initiators. It means like I have to add my ESXi host details here, right? So I can add an IP address, or I can give the SCSI controller, iSCSI controller a WWN number, something like that, right? So let's give it by ESXi host IP, which is 192.168.0.65, and 66 is my host IP. Yes. So let's add the ESXi host IPs here. So click on add. So it says like click add to specify iSCSI initiator that will access this virtual disk, right? So I can also query for a supported system, or I can select manually enter the value. So we can specify DNS, IP address, and IQN, all these things. So I'm specifying the IP address, which is 192.168.0.165 is my ESXi1. Click OK. I can add the second ESXi host as well. Select the drop down IP address 192.168.0.166 is my IP address of second. So I added the ESXi host IP address. If you need an authentication, chatbot, and like you can secure by the username and password, all these things, we can select this option. As of now, I'm not continuing that. So click on next. So review all the configuration which we have selected. So I'm taking 300 GB out of 500 GB in my E drive. My access servers are my ESXi1 and ESXi2. So all these things, so it will be consuming from the E drive. So review everything and click create. So it takes some time to complete the iSCSI virtual disk and target creation. So it will set the target access. All these things will be configured based upon the input which we have provided in the previous step. So meantime, what we can do is to access this, we need an iSCSI adapter. So how can we add the iSCSI adapter? Go to the ESXi host, select the storage adapter. In that, click on plus sign. So we have option to add a software iSCSI adapter. Select that. Yes, now we have a software iSCSI adapter, which is VMHBA65 has been added. It shows type as iSCSI, and it will have its own IQN number as well. Okay, so go to the second host and repeat the same. Add software adapter. Select add software iSCSI adapter. So it will also add the iSCSI adapter. So we have our means like iSCSI adapter for the each of the ESXi host. So let's go back to the Windows Server and see whether our iSCSI target and everything is ready. Okay. Yes, it is completed. It's created all these things. Click on close. So it created a iSCSI virtual disk, and also it have an iSCSI target which I have specified. I have specified the initiator IDs, which is my ESXi IP address. Everything is configured. We can also edit the virtual disk. Go to properties, or if you want to expand the virtual disk size, we can do it. Or if you want to delete, disable, remove, everything can be performed here actually. So if you want to add an additional ESXi host, we can go to iSCSI target under the properties. So we can go to initiators, we can add an additional ESXi host which we want this particular iSCSI target to access. So we have already checked the IP address of this. Let's double check. That's very quick, man. Okay, go to the ESXi host. In the iSCSI adapter, click on dynamic discovery. Specify the iSCSI server, which is my Windows Server IP 192.168.0.241. Specify the IP address of my Windows Server. So it needs an rescan. Just select the iSCSI adapter and click on rescan adapter. So it will check for the devices which is attached, which is created on my Windows iSCSI server. Just rescan the adapter. So as of now, we don't see the devices and paths. After the rescan, we see one target is detected, which is my Windows server, and I have one devices which is a virtual disk 300 GB which I created. And since I have only one iSCSI adapter, the path is one. If I have a dual adapter, I can set a multipathing as well in the ESXi. So let's do the same configuration in our ESXi2 as well. Click on dynamic discovery, click add. Specify the IP address of my Windows iSCSI server 192.168.0.241. Click OK. Perform the rescan of the adapter. So as of now, the devices and paths are not there. Once the rescan is completed, so it will automatically detect the devices, which is my 300 GB disk. So once it is detected, we are ready to create a data store, which is a shared data store between two ESXi hosts. So both the hosts have access to the iSCSI data store. Yes, now it detects, I think the rescan is going on. Yes, now it detects the devices and paths. So if I click the devices, I can see the information about particular devices. Let's go to the ESXi host and create the data store. Select the ESXi host, go to data store. So as of now, we don't have any shared storage. I only have a local data stores here. So you can go to actions from the drop down. You can go to data store, go to storage and create new data store. Click on new data store. So this will allow us to create a data store. The data store, either it can be VMFS, NFS. VMFS can be either SAN storage or iSCSI. So we have to select VMFS here. So specify the name for this data store. So this is an iSCSI data store. I'll specify something like iSCSI data store 01. Be an ideal name for this. So under that, it automatically detect my Microsoft iSCSI disk. The capacity is 300 GB, which I created in the Windows server. Select that particular device type and click on next. Let's click on next. Yes, so we have to select the VMFS version. VMFS is nothing but it's a ESXi formatting, like how you have your NTFS, right? Similar to that, ESXi will format the underlying device as VMFS. So into the partition configuration, what we can do is so we have 300 GB device. If you want to create the entire size as a data store, or we can also select what is the size which I want. So data store, if you select the complete one, data store size will be 300 GB. So let me create 200 GB data store out of that 300 GB device. So I can drag and drop there, or I can manually enter the size of the data store size. Let me enter 200 GB. So out of 300 GB, I'm going to select create a 200 GB data store. So it shows all the information. What will be my data store name? What type of formatting it does? VMFS. What is the data store size? What is my block size? What is the disk or LUN which I'm going to create the data store out of it? Everything is there. Click finish. So it will create the VMFS data store. Basically, that particular device, it will format, and it will format as a VMFS file system, so that virtual machine can be stored here. And we don't need to do the same step in the ESXi second host, because one host, once we created a data store, it will automatically deduct, because the backend device is same, which is coming from my iSCSI data store. That's it. So we have created a shared storage based out of Windows Server. So we created an iSCSI shared storage here. I hope this helps you to test and validate a lot of vSphere features. I hope this video is informative for you. If you cannot afford for high-end storage array, this is a simple solution where you can test all the features. Even we can run a production workload if you have a high availability, all these things. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.